It clarifies that indoor security cameras are now prohibited in any listing, regardless of their location, purpose, or prior disclosure. Hosts will have until April the 30th to remove them. However, outdoor security cameras, such as doorbell cameras, will still be allowed. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes joining us now to discuss this. My first question is pretty basic. I mean, why did it take so long?
You got to think about it. It's a kind of a balancing act because these are properties that individuals still own. And so if you're inviting someone into your house and you're allowing them to be in your property while you're not there, you still want to protect your property. And you have items that are in there that your insurance may or may not protect and may want some type of evidence that you didn't do it. And so the best way to have evidence and to protect your property is normally by having a camera. And so I know Airbnb was kind of in a weird place. While they want to cater and be responsive and hear and listen to the renters, they also want to make sure they hear and listen to the host. And so trying to figure out that balance was, we'll allow outdoor cameras to stay. We'll allow indoor cameras to stay in a location that's a common area, not the bathroom, not the bedroom, but in the living room and the kitchen and things like that. But now they probably got too much pushback from folks kind of feeling weirded out by going into a location and knowing that you're being watched all the time. And so that pushback normally leads to changes. In this case, the change was we don't need it. And even with the outdoor cameras, they can't be inward facing. And so they've given a lot of rules for these individuals, these hosts, to make sure that they don't invade a person's privacy. And I say that with air quotes because you are giving up some of your expectation of privacy when you go into someone else's property.
I mean, I love these talks that we have because they're live and you always give me a different perspective on things, because when I first heard about this, I thought it's a no-brainer. You know, you have somebody's private space that they're renting out. But from listening to you, I do have house guests when I leave my house, and my cameras are up for me to be able to see, but they're not aiming at private places. They're not in the bathroom area or the bedroom area, so I can kind of see both sides with this. So what are the legal consequences if people don't remove the cameras by April 30th and feel like, you know what, I'm renting my space out, I want to be able to see what's going on?
The legal process would be limited, but the access to the application would probably be where they would have a loss. And so if you've grabbed a number of properties that you've turned into rental properties and now you've been removed from that, it's probably more not a legal issue but a business issue. Because if you're being removed from your sole source of getting rentals and they've just now taken you from that application, you have other ones that are out there, but they're the leader by far, and so it would probably hurt you more. And so then you could attempt to try to sue and say, now you made me lose some type of potential money, but then they point back to the updated user agreement that you had to sign. Most of these companies, when you sign on, you're agreeing to whatever platform rules they have. But now that they've updated them, you're going to, once you sign back in, it's going to automatically push you to sign up again that you agreeing to whatever our terms and conditions. And if one of the terms are that you can't have any cameras, you've agreed to that. So your case would be kind of tossed from the very beginning.
And the big concern there is also when you're renting, what gets broken. You know, having footage, video to be able to support how damage may have happened is a big thing when you talk about Airbnbs. But why was this put in place?
I mean, the biggest thing is protection. I mean, a lot of folks are pushing back from these parties that they're having in these places, right? So that's why you saw a lot of the increase with cameras. And so I think it was the perfect storm. You had an increase in camera usage for folks to protect their property, and then you had people that were getting into places that weren't having parties that were seeing an increased use of cameras. And so when they collided, Airbnb had to make a decision. Do we protect the host? Do we protect the renter? And now we just kind of decided that we're going to go with the renters because that's our bread and butter.
Again, this date is April 30th.
April 30th.
All right, Khalif, appreciate it.